Hi everyone, Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome! This channel is for Japanese learners of English. Kiyomo shadowing no lesson wo yarakimashou. Listen to today's real native conversation. Focus on the rhythm and shadow along. Practice daily to master tango, bunpao, hatsuan, and rhythm. Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Zehi. Channel no toroku wo onegai shimasu. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
So you're in a taxi business trip, or maybe just out and about, and you need that all-important piece of paper, the receipt. What's a magic phrase in English?
Right, you're looking for something that is polite, gets the job done, and that works almost anywhere, right?
Absolutely. And you've got a few options, all pretty straightforward. Can I have a receipt, please? Is a good starting point.
Yeah, totally. Simple, direct, and most people will understand that with no problem.
It is. Or if you want to be just a touch more polite, you could use, could I get a receipt, please?
Right, that could just adds a little extra bit of politeness, doesn't it? It's like a slightly softer way of asking.
Exactly. It shows respect.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling like going full formal, you could use, may I have a receipt, please?
Oh, may, yeah, the classic formal option. It's super polite, but it might come off as a bit too much sometimes.
True. Depends on the context, right? But hey, it's good to have options.
It is. And that's the thing with getting receipts. It does pretty standard in most English-speaking countries.
It is interesting, though, because in some countries, you'll notice there's not always that clear distinction between a receipt and a formal, you know those handwritten ones in Japan?
Oh, yeah. They tend to use the same word, receipt, for both. The standard printed one and the more detailed that Japanese accounting departments love.
It's a little different culturally, isn't it? And that's something to keep in mind if you're working with people from different backgrounds.
Yeah, definitely. When you're traveling for business, especially, it's just easier to use receipt. And people understand it.
Right. The key is the context. If you're just grabbing a cab, can I have a receipt, please? Works just fine.
Exactly. Short and sweet. And if you're in a restaurant or at a hotel and you want to be a little bit more formal, you just bump it up to the kudai or umei phrasing.
Speaking of taxis, if you're in a new place and needing directions, throwing in, could you take me to, followed by your destination, can be useful.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one to have in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Or if you are not exactly sure where you are but need to give a direction, you could say, go straight for 3 blocks.
For sure. It just helps things run smoothly. And another good one to remember is that if you're not sure about the fare, do you know how much it will be is always handy.
It is. And if you don't like the price, there's always a polite way to say you'd rather take a bus. Sorry. Let's take a bus. Thank you, for example.
That's a good tip for sure. Oh, and about the tip, right? That is a whole other topic.
It is. Depending on where you're at, the percentage can change. It's usually around 10% to 20%.
And it's so helpful when you're paying with cash, saying keep the change for small amounts.
Absolutely. It saves you time, and it's as polite and easy for everyone.
But also remember, if you need to get some change back, give me back $2 is just as simple and effective.
Exactly. And if the taxi meter isn't running, be sure to point to it and say, turn on the meter, please.
Good one. And hey, if you forget something in the cab, your receipt is your best friend.
All right, it's got contact info. And if it doesn't, at least you have the time and place of your pickup. And then you can ask, could you put me through to the lost and found?
That's the one. And if they find it, you can say, could you call me if you find it? I am staying at the followed by your hotel.
Oh, that's good to have as well. And just in case they take you to the wrong place, don't worry about it too much. Just confidently say, this is not the place.
Yeah, no need to be shy. You can always ask, how many more minutes will it take to get there?
Exactly. And remember, it's okay to ask, are we almost there?
So in the end, it's all about being clear and direct and using polite language in your requests.
That's right. Whether you're asking for a receipt, directions, or just checking the fare, there are simple, useful phrases that work in most places.
All right, we've finished today's lesson. How did you find it? 理解できない部分はありませんでしたか? Repeat and try again tomorrow if needed. Please let me know your kanso or request in the comments. ぜひ channel no toroku wo onegai shimasu. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. See you next time. Bye-bye.